Hey guys, I'm Chef Team Max. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today, chickpeas. I know you guys make hummus at home. You use it in salads. You do all types of things with chickpeas. They're really great. They're great for you. So stick with me. I'm going to show you how to cook them from scratch, okay? Click subscribe if you're not doing that already. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video and ring that bell and I'll send you new stuff I have coming up. So see you back in a second. Okay guys, let's get these things started. So the chickpeas, you can see right here, I had one bag of chickpeas. I think it's like a 1 pound bag. Now they do plump up quite a bit because the water, you know, as you soak them with water overnight, they're gonna plump up. You can put in some baking soda in there. I know that you can do that while you're soaking them. So you put like about just a nice tablespoon of baking soda in there. And that's gonna really kind of help soften the chickpea a little bit. It makes it easier to eat, softer when you cook them, and it releases some of the gas too. So what I'm gonna do with this, I've soaked these overnight. I've got my chickpea with my water here, and I've got some hot water here already started. So I'm gonna put that in, and then I wanna go up as high as possible on my water here, and I wanna bring it to a boil. And then while I'm doing that, I'm gonna add in, I've got 4 bay leaves. I'm gonna put my bay leaves in there. I do put salt. People are like, oh, don't put salt, it's gonna make them tough. That's not true. Well, I don't find it to be true, okay? I've tasted it both ways. You wanna have this broth be flavorful, okay? Otherwise, if you don't have flavor there, it's not gonna have flavor in your chickpea, okay? Now, with this, I wanna be able to take the garlic out. So I have a garlic cloves here that I'm just kind of like tapping to help release break the skin, make sure that, oh, if there's still any skin or garlic skin still on there, pull it off. You see how I have this little piece right here? I'm gonna pull that off. I don't want that in there. It probably would have floated to the top and I would have scooped it out anyway, but either way. Now, if you want to eat these cloves later after they've been cooked, that's fine. That's great. I would do that. Now, I have something too. I use cachucho peppers. Now, these peppers I use a lot in Florida to cook black beans as well. These cachucho peppers, you can see, look at what that looks like. It looks exactly like a Scotch bonnet pepper, except for, this has no heat. They call them ají dulce, which is sweet pepper, right? So, or sweet chili. So you just take the top off like this. Now, my finger's a little wet, so it's harder to do that. And you wash these really good. Now, you can do it one of 2 ways. You can either just pierce them, because we don't know what we're gonna do with these yet. And I just cut them like this and just throw them in. Now, if you want, you can chop them up in there as well. What I'll do sometimes is just pierce them like this, and at the end of the cooking process, we'll actually puree them up and add them back into our chickpeas. So they're smooth in there. If you wanna just dice them up, seeds and all, you can do that. Again, they're not spicy, so you don't need to worry about that. And we're just gonna put those in the water like this. You can see I'm just cutting them halfway through. And that's just to expose the inner seeds and the flavor. Or you can cut them in half even, but if you cut them in half, they're harder to get out later. So you can see how these are kind of in here mixed. And what we're gonna do with that is I just wanna stir them a little bit now, right? What I like to do, I always like to taste the water. And the water should have salt in it. Should taste seasoned a little bit. And that tastes wonderful. So I'm super excited about it. So with this, we're just gonna bring this to a boil. Okay, once it comes to a boil, we turn it down to a simmer. We do not wanna rapidly boil these. Okay, I'm gonna cover them as well after it comes to a simmer. And I'm gonna let them cook for about, I think they're gonna take probably at least like 45 minutes to an hour. So they do take quite a bit to cook. We want it to be completely soft. They're not gonna carry over from al dente in the water. They don't do that. You wanna cook them right to where you like to eat them at that point, then turn them off, okay? And we'll keep them in that liquid. So let's cook this for a little while, and I'll see you back in the kitchen in a second when these things are close to being done. Okay guys, welcome back to the kitchen. You can see the pot here. My beans have been simmering for probably over an hour now, and they've gotten super tender. You can see when I pick these up, right? Some of them are even starting to like, bust a little, which is fine. Look how beautiful these look. This is where you want them. Fully cooked, okay? Now, you want to leave them, this is exactly, you can turn them off here. You want to leave them in this broth like this. See these big chilies like this and the bay leaf? You can just discard it at that time if you'd like. Otherwise, you can puree it and put it in there. But what you're looking for is these beautiful beans, nicely cooked. From here, you can do lots of different things. You can add some meat into this. You can add some roasted chicken that you can put in there, vegetables that you've sauteed up, and then add the chickpeas in right at the end. What I normally do is cool these, put them in a container like a mason jar, let this sit in the fridge, and I'll use those through the course of the week. And then at the end of the week, whatever you don't use, puree it up with some lemon juice, garlic, olive oil, and make yourself some nice hummus at home. I actually have a hummus video up here if you want to take a look at that. It's a great one to try. But super simple, super easy to do. Make your own chickpeas at home. This broth, this flavor, just this broth itself, it's fantastic. And I kind of put the perfect amount of salt for this amount. It was like, I think, a tablespoon and a half. But it's perfect because it doesn't even need any more salt. And it's got great texture, and it tastes fantastic. So I hope you guys enjoy at home, and I'll see you back in my kitchen soon. I'm Chef T Max.